Ever felt like you walked into a store thinking you were making a smart choice? Thinking you were making an independent choice? Only to realize later you were nudged? You were cleverly guided toward a specific option. And that option was often the most expensive. We are diving into a sneaky psychological trick. It is influencing your purchases right now. It is making you spend more without realizing it. This is the decoy effect. It is also known as asymmetric dominance. It is a masterclass in human manipulation. Language is the invisible string, and it is pulling the levers of your wallet. Your brain is being expertly guided. Get ready to uncover the truth. Become a more aware consumer. Let us start at the movie theater. You are standing at the concession stand. You see two choices for popcorn. Small popcorn for $3. Large popcorn for $7. The choice seems simple. $7 feels expensive for corn. You value the $3 more. You are likely to buy the small. But the theater wants you to buy the large. So they introduce a third option. They introduce the medium. The medium is priced at $6.50. Now look at your choices again. Small for $3. Medium for $6.50. Large for $7. The medium looks like a terrible deal. It is almost the same price as the large. But the medium is the decoy. It exists only to make the large look like a steal. Suddenly, $7 feels like a bargain. You spend $4 more than you intended, and you feel smart doing it. This is the heart of the decoy effect. It leverages relative comparison. Our brains do not think in absolute values. We think in relationships between things. Consider the infamous Economist subscription. Back in the early 2000s, there were 3 subscription tiers. Web only for $59. Print only for $125. Print and web for $125. Researchers tested this on students. Most chose the print and web bundle. It seemed like a massive value. Then they removed the print-only option. Without the decoy, the students changed. They chose the cheaper web-only option. The middle option was a ghost choice. It was strategically designed to be inferior. It was inferior to the bundle in every way. But it was superior to the web only in price. This created the illusion of a best deal. This happens with your morning coffee. The everyday latte dilemma. Small, medium, and large. The medium is just cents away from the large. It makes the large look like the logical move. You end up with more caffeine than you need. And the cafe ends up with more of your money. Why does this work so effectively? The psychology is a sneak attack. Our brains are hardwired for comparison. We cannot easily judge the value of a latte, but we can easily judge that more is better. If the price gap is tiny, the brain optimizes. It thinks it is being efficient. It thinks it is finding the smart choice. This is the asymmetric dominance principle. The decoy is dominated by the target. It is dominated in both price and quality. But it is only partially dominated by the cheap option. It is better in quality, but worse in price. This creates a clear hierarchy in your mind. The target option becomes the obvious winner. We instinctively crave a best deal, even when it means spending more than intended. Our brain is tricked into thinking we are winning. But the house always wins. Now look beyond the obvious. Look at modern decoys in digital marketing. Look at your streaming service tiers. Basic for $9. Standard for $15. Premium for $17. The standard plan is often the decoy. It lacks the high-definition features. It is only $2 away from premium. It pushes you toward the $17 tier. The middle option serves the profitable Pro package. Look at software as a service platforms. The standard package is positioned carefully. It makes the Pro or Ultimate version look undeniable. It offers perceived immense value for a marginal increase in cost. It is a strategic introduction of options. It steers you toward the predetermined goal. The goal is the most expensive decision. This extends to e-commerce bundles. The basic bundle is bare bones. The standard bundle is slightly better. The ultimate bundle is only 5% more. The standard bundle is the sacrificial lamb. It is there to be rejected. Its rejection fuels the sale of the ultimate. Even limited edition products act as decoys. They create urgency and exclusivity. They might not be the goal themselves, but they accelerate interest in core products. They make the standard version feel permanent. They make the special version feel fleeting. The underlying product remains the same, but the frame dictates your level of desire. Recognizing this is your first defense. You need a decoy DAR. Actively train yourself to look for the third option. Look for the awkwardly priced middleman. Look for the bad deal that shouldn't exist. If you see it, you are being guided. Challenge your initial best value feeling. Before you commit to the purchase, take a moment to ask yourself why. Why does one option suddenly seem so good? Is it good on its own? Or is it only good compared to the decoy? Take a moment before you click buy. Are you truly making a free choice based on your actual needs? Or are you being expertly guided toward a specific and costly outcome? The strings are hidden, but the pull is real. Strip away the linguistic coating. Strip away the decoy comparison. Ask, if the middle option didn't exist, would I buy this? Often, the answer is no. You would choose the cheapest or nothing at all. The decoy is a ghost in the machine. It is a linguistic trap. It is a financial lever. To reclaim control, slow down. Value the dollar over the description. Objective outcomes over verbal presentation. Consistency in this leads to stability. Your brain is powerful, but it is susceptible to the frame. Marketers spend billions to find the perfect nudge. They want effective choices, not accurate ones. In an economy of attention, clarity is an advantage. Clarity comes from recognizing the decoy. Identical needs should result in identical decisions. If they do not, the decoy is doing the thinking. Move intentionally. Step around the trap. Keep the strings of your wallet in your hands. Master the language of money. Define your reality by your goals, not by the options they give you. Don't be the passive recipient. Be the active participant. Master your financial narrative. Question the hierarchy. Expose the invisible levers. And keep your money where it belongs. Let us dig into the math of manipulation. Why does 50 cents change everything? When you see the popcorn, you are comparing a $3 small to a $6.50 medium. The jump is $3.50. That is over a 100% increase. It feels expensive. Now compare the medium to the large, $6.50 to $7. The jump is only 50 cents. That is less than an 8% increase. Your brain ignores the initial $7 cost. It only sees the 50-cent bargain. This is the substitution effect. You substitute the difficult question. Is $7 worth it for corn? With an easier question. Is it worth 50 cents for twice as much? The answer to the second question is always yes. The marketer has won the handshake. They have bypassed your critical thinking. They have triggered your optimization instinct. But optimizing a bad deal is still a loss. If you didn't need a gallon of popcorn, you have still wasted $4 extra. That $4 is your decoy tax. It is the price of being nudged. This is why the sober architect approach matters. You must look at the blueprint of the transaction. See the structural supports of the offer. Identify the sacrificial option, the one that is clearly a bad deal. It is not there to be